I want to speak directly to you. Not the you that you present to the world, the one who smiles and says you're fine, who shows up for work, for your family, for your friends. I want to speak to the you that exists in the silent moments. The you that lies awake at 3 a.m, when the weight of it all becomes so immense it feels like you might shatter. The you that walks through your day with a silent scream lodged in your throat, a profound and heavy ache that no one else can see. You might be managing a chronic illness, grieving a loss so deep it has reshaped your cells, or navigating a mental and emotional landscape that feels like a relentless war. And yet, you get up, you help a colleague, you listen to a friend's problems, you make dinner, you show kindness to a stranger. Have you ever stopped to consider the sheer paradox of your existence? You are simultaneously wounded and magnificent. You are in immense pain, yet you are a source of comfort and light for others. This is not a contradiction. It is evidence of an extraordinary power. Society teaches us to see suffering as a weakness, a flaw to be hidden or medicated away. But I am here to tell you that what you are experiencing, this ability to hold immense pain and still radiate grace, is not mere survival. It is an act of profound spiritual and creative power. You feel broken, but what if you are actually in the midst of a powerful sacred transformation? What if the cracks you are so desperate to hide are the very places where the light is being forged? Your pain is not random. It is not a punishment. It is a precise, alchemical fire. In ancient alchemy, the goal was to turn base metals like lead into gold. This was a metaphor for spiritual transformation. The lead, heavy and dull, represents our densest, most painful human experiences. The gold represents our enlightened divine nature. The process of turning one into the other is called transmutation, and it requires intense pressure and heat. Your suffering is that pressure. It is the catalyst designed to initiate your personal evolution. Think of the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is not discarded but meticulously repaired with lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The philosophy is that the piece becomes more beautiful and more valuable for having been broken. The cracks are not hidden. They are highlighted as a part of the object's history, a testament to its resilience. Your struggles are your golden seams. They are not evidence of your weakness, but the map of your greatest strengths. Every moment you choose to continue, to breathe through the pain, to offer a kind word when your own heart is aching, you are performing an act of spiritual alchemy. You are turning lead into gold. You might believe you are a victim of your circumstances, a passive recipient of pain. But what if I told you that you are the most powerful force in your own universe? This isn't just a spiritual platitude. It is a fundamental principle of quantum physics. The observer effect, demonstrated in famous experiments like the double-slit experiment, proves that at the subatomic level, particles exist in a state of pure potential until they are observed. The act of observation, of conscious attention, collapses the wave of infinite possibilities into a single, tangible reality. You are the observer of your life. Your consciousness is the force that collapses potential into experience. When you constantly observe yourself as broken, damaged, or weak, you are using your immense creative power to crystallize that reality. Your focus is a command to the quantum field saying, "This is who I am." But what happens when you shift your observation? What if, in the midst of your pain, you consciously choose to focus on the part of you that is enduring, the part that is resilient, the part that is still here, breathing, despite it all? You are not denying the pain. You are simply shifting your focus, your creative energy, onto your strength. By doing this, you begin to observe a different potential into existence. You start to collapse the probability wave around the reality of the resilient warrior, the alchemist, the kintsugi masterpiece. Your persistence is not a passive act of getting through the day. It is an active, fundamental creative force that is restructuring reality at a subatomic level. Every conscious breath you take in the face of adversity sends a new signal, a new frequency, into the field of potential, telling a new story about who you are. This shift in consciousness is not just a theoretical or metaphysical exercise. It has a direct, measurable impact on your physical biology. Your brain is not a fixed, static organ. It is a dynamic, living network that is constantly changing based on your thoughts, feelings, and focus. This is the principle of neuroplasticity. When you repeatedly focus on your trauma and pain, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with that suffering, creating a well-worn neurological highway for despair. But when you consciously and deliberately shift your focus to your resilience, to your moments of grace, you begin to build new neural pathways. You are literally rewiring your brain for strength. You are turning a faint footpath of hope into a superhighway of empowerment. This goes even deeper, down to your very DNA. The field of epigenetics has shown that your environment and your perception of that environment can change how your genes are expressed. You have genes for both vulnerability and resilience. By holding the emotional state, the frequency of empowerment and perseverance, you can actually influence which genes are turned on or off. You can literally signal your body to express a new reality. And then there is the heart. Your heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field, the strongest in your body, extending several feet out from you. This field radiates the frequency of your emotional state. When you are in a state of despair, you radiate a chaotic, incoherent frequency. But when you find that flicker of resilience, that inner strength, and you focus on it, your heart field becomes coherent and powerful. You are not only changing your own biology, you are broadcasting a signal of strength that can be literally felt by those around you, influencing them on a subtle, energetic level. Your resilience becomes a gift to the world. So how do you begin to integrate this into your life, especially when the pain feels all-consuming? It starts with a simple but profound shift in perspective. The recommendation is not to ignore your pain or pretend it doesn't exist. The recommendation is to consciously change the story you tell about it. Today, I want you to see your struggle as a necessary and sacred part of your hero's journey. Every great story involves an initiation, a period of trial and challenge that forges the hero. You are in your initiation. This is not a detour from your life. This is the path itself. I want you to try a simple practice. Each morning, before the day takes hold, take a moment to acknowledge the struggle, feel it, honor it, and then place your hand on your heart and say, "And yet, I am here." Feel the truth of that statement, the simple, miraculous fact of your continued existence, your breath, your heartbeat. That is the evidence of your power. Recognize that by simply choosing to face another day, you are an active participant in creation. You are the observer shaping your reality. This subtle shift in focus from "I am suffering" to "I am the one who is enduring the suffering" is everything. It reclaims your identity from the experience and places it back in your own hands, the hands of the conscious creator. This conscious acknowledgement activates neurological and psychological resources for what is known as post-traumatic growth, allowing you to not just heal, but to evolve beyond who you were before. As you begin to practice this, you will face resistance. Your subconscious mind, which governs 95% of your behavior, has been conditioned for years, perhaps decades, by your past experiences. It has learned that survival depends on being hypervigilant to threats and pain. When you try to introduce a new story of resilience and power, your subconscious mind will sound the alarm. It will flood you with doubt, fear, and memories of past failures. It will tell you, "This is a lie. You are broken. Don't get your hopes up." It is crucial to understand that this is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that the process is working. You are challenging a deeply ingrained program. The key is not to fight it, but to observe it with compassion. Thank your mind for trying to protect you, and then gently but firmly return your focus to your chosen truth. I am resilient. I am the creator. This is where faith, in both a spiritual and scientific sense, comes in. Faith is the ability to hold a vision of a desired future reality, a chosen frequency, regardless of what your current senses are telling you. It is maintaining your observation of your desired self, even when your body aches or your mind is filled with fear. Ancient spiritual texts from the Vedanta to the Bible speak of this. Ask and you shall receive. This is not about begging an external deity. It is a description of quantum law. To ask is to align your energy, your frequency, your observation with a potential that already exists in the quantum field. Your continued choice to see yourself as powerful, despite evidence to the contrary, is the most powerful prayer you can offer. You are holding a coherent frequency, and by the law of resonance, reality must eventually reorganize itself to match your sustained signal. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. I want you to fully embrace the magnificent paradox of your existence. You are wounded, and you are a healer. You are struggling, and you are a source of strength. You are in the fire, and you are the alchemist turning lead into gold. Your suffering is not a flaw to be eliminated. It is the sacred raw material of your transformation. It is the very thing that is carving out the depths of your compassion, your wisdom, and your power. The world does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to be whole, and wholeness includes your scars. They are your kintsugi lines, your testament to the battles you have won just by surviving. Your final and most important act is to claim this identity. Stop waiting for the pain to go away to start living. Your power is not in some distant future when you are healed. Your power is right here, right now, in your choice to continue. Your continued presence in this world, despite everything you endure, is a sacred creative force. You are a walking, breathing miracle. You are collapsing potential into reality with every single breath. So I ask you today, which reality will you choose to observe? The one that tells the story of what is broken? Or the one that tells the epic story of the hero who is rising, the alchemist who is creating gold, the magnificent soul who is turning their deepest pain into their most profound power? The choice has always been, and will always be, yours. You are not a victim of your life. You are the creator of it. Embrace it. Live it. You are ready.